Alright, there we are.
In Twingo,
En route.
on our way to Morocco.
Maybe you can do some pieces in French.
Well, je peux parler français comme tu veux,
Yeah,
comme vous
yeah.
voulez.
In this video, I think it's good to explain what we had to do with our Twingo to get it ready for the raid. So first we had to find the Twingo, and Arjan, pretty quickly you came with this guy from Haarlem. How did you find this guy in Haarlem?
On Facebook, someone contacted me. He was specialized in Twingos.
He was pretty chill, and he said, yeah, maybe this one's great, I'll make this one ready for you, right? It was a grey one actually.
Very, very rusty.
Very rusty, yeah.
No problem, I'm gonna weld it.
Yeah.
All the way. I'm gonna make it perfect.
Yeah, but at some point he said, okay, I'll just give you another one. He has so many Twingos. Yeah. So he made the purple one ready for us, and you picked it up. And Arjan comes to me with the purple Twingo, all proud, like, oh, look at this nice car, we have a Twingo. And I say, no, we're not gonna keep this one, because it didn't break. In my opinion, it just didn't break.
Yeah.
Sweating a lot of oil, and there was
I forgot that.
a lot of oil. There's debris in the cooling reservoir. So we go to Haarlem. We have a look at this car. This is the other one. We test drove it, and it was really completely different drive.
Yeah.
Really nice and smooth, and the power steering is nice, and it braked like crazy. So,
But then,
story's not finished.
oh man, he told us it will be finished in 2 weeks.
It will be finished in 2 weeks.
And that turned out to be
3 months.
oh my god.
It turned into 3 months. So then we had this car, and we only had 2 months to prepare it for the raid.
One moment I got to Haarlem thinking that it was all technically in perfect shape. But then I went to the garage and it didn't break, and 2 lamps were broken, and some rubbers from the steering broken, bearing.
Ball joint. But we were waiting for 3 months. So Arjan was finally there with this car, and he said, okay, I don't care, we have to take it now. So he took the car home. But there's more. Because we had to switch Twingo from the first one, the purple one, to this one, I had to mail the organization and say, hey, we changed the car because the other one was terrible. And they mailed me back and they said, you should have had a Twingo by now. This is not possible. So he could still make it work. So we had this car, but we were stuck with this car, and we had 2 months to go.
Instead of spending the weekend preparing the car for the raid, we had to fix all kinds of problems technically.
Yeah, to be able to pass the inspection.
Yeah, I think the 2 of us, 3 days.
2 of us, 3 days. So we passed inspection, and then we still needed to do all the things we needed to do to make the car
ready for Twing Raid.
Twing Raid ready.
Raid ready.
Alright, so I think this might be a good moment to take a tour of our Twingo and explain everything we did to our car.
So what did we do, fix, made, changed to the car? I wanted a bull bar, so I made a bull bar. Necessary or not, was cool. And easy to fix the lamps on. Sometimes we're gonna drive in the pitch black desert. One of our main sponsors, the bakery in Culemborg as well. I wanted to put him on a really nice hood, and the hood wasn't really nice, so a very nice company in Vianen spray painted the hood all over, these guys. And Gilles wanted white rims. I found a guy also in Culemborg who spray painted our rims. 4 tires sponsored by Winparts. Winparts, one of the biggest online motor and car parts in Europe, I think. We thought, let's make a Snorkel. I don't know if it's really necessary, but it's cool. And it does help preventing clogging your air filter. One day before I leave, also we found a cyclone that filters the sand, and you can just empty it when it's full. I welded the aluminium roof rack, really nice, light, and Uitenbogert here sponsored all the aluminium to do so, and he helped us bend also the front spoiler. Boybanden, they mounted the tires on the wheels, and they gave us winter tires, because I think when we are in the desert, maybe we will change the all-season tires to the winter tires to have more grip. I don't know if it's necessary, but that was the idea, to have winter tires on the top. Yeah, one of the mandatory things was to protect the engine and the fuel tank. So we put 5mm aluminium protection plates underneath the engine and underneath the fuel tank. And normally you could buy them by the organization. At the organization, they were sold out, so we had to make them ourselves. I really wanted a white car, and with the striping of the Martini cars, of the rally cars of the 80s, but we didn't have any time left. So we just made some designs on the computer to see what was nice. And we came up with the black bar on the lower part and the bright orange metallic stripes. One of, I think, the last weekend, put all the stickers on, all the sponsors. A lot of people want bumpers in color, but we wanted black bumpers, so we spray painted the bumpers matte black. Yeah, we think it matches nice with all the other matte black pieces.
What we really wanted to do was make all of our modifications kind of non-destructive. So if someone buys this car, because it's probably really nice for another team, they can make it their own, spray paint it or whatever. So this is wrapping, and this is also wrapping. The only thing we really did to kind of destroy the car, it's really not that much. It's a little hole over here to mount the snorkel, but maybe someone just wants to keep the snorkel. And of course, this is also a little hole for the snorkel. And of course, we painted the bumpers black, and there's a little hole for the bull bar. But if someone buys this car, yeah, they may also want to have the bull bar, right? So that makes sense. There's nothing in the interior we actually changed. We didn't drill any holes in the plastic, so that's also, I like that kind of stuff. That is kind of still usable. We didn't tell anything about the ride height increase. So we chose a setup that was recommended on the Twing Raiders Facebook group by someone. There's Audi 80 springs in the back with stock shocks, and Clio 1 springs in the front with stock shocks. So we mounted new shocks. We did that, but the part number we got was wrong. So we got lowering springs. That didn't work. So we had to find a new Clio 1 shocks in the scrapyard. We had to modify them a bit to be able to make it fit. One of the main recommendations from the organization is keep an eye on your weight, because weight is the biggest problem. So what we did is, of course, the aluminium roof rack is super lightweight. There's a lot of aluminium for the protection plates. We took out the whole interior, every piece that we could take out. We took out the air conditioning, condenser, the lines, the pump. It wasn't working anyway, and we didn't want to pay the money to make it work. So now we saved 10 kilos, 15. We didn't go for lightweight rims because they're more prone to cracking if you hit rocks, so we just went for steel. Yeah, don't take too much stuff. This is the day of our inspection, and tomorrow we leave. We already had a problem on the way here. That makes sense because it's a 20-year-old car. So our temperature sensor in the throttle body was just hanging in the engine bay, and we had really bad gas mileage. I just had a hunch like, oh, we have bad gas mileage, maybe there's something loose or is a vacuum leak. And we found it, and we already fixed it because we could buy a sensor here in town. Well, yeah, we have some knocking sounds now. Maybe we have a bad bearing. Okay, this was all for episode 1. Hopefully we'll see you again in another one. And if you have any questions about the car, let us know in the comments below.